John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks.
He's
That
back.
has been living rent free in my head since Monday Night Raw this week. Yes, that's right. Welcome to another episode of our favorite and your favorite wrestling podcast, Lucha House Show Podcast. That's at podcast.luchahsp on Instagram and Lucha HSP on YouTube and Spotify. I'm Muzz, the voice of violence. As always, joined here at ringside by my colleague, the dreadless demon, Rowdy Rod. And on this week's show, we're going to talk about that monumental first ever John Cena heel promo. We're going to talk about Stephanie Barker and the groundbreaking the champ that she is now. We'll talk Raw teasers. We'll talk Netflix, Raw, and SmackDown live outside the USA and how those cities have responded enormously, as you would expect. LA Knight, new US champ. We got new World Tag Team champs in the Street Profits. We're going
Yep.
to talk a bit about that. We're going to see how the WrestleMania card continues to take shape, and we're going to touch a little bit on the brutality in AEW today that was Mox versus Cope. Talk about wow. Talk about something you need to show idiots that still tell you that wrestling is fake.
Oh
Show
yeah.
them that. So anyway, Rowdy Rod, why don't we start talking about that Cena promo? Give me your views. What did you
Oh
think?
man, that Cena promo. Wow. It was. It just. It was a bit. It was a. It felt at the beginning. It didn't feel natural. To be honest, it felt a bit forced. Like he was trying to say, "Oh, you never support me" and stuff like that. It feels like when the time Becky Lynch tried to do that as well, and then everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, and then they took it back the following week, like it never happened. It felt like that at the beginning, but then as he was going in depth into it and explaining, you kind of starting to understand. Um, yeah, like yeah. Like this promo makes sense at some point. And then with it just I love the picture of the kid when he says,
Oh,
"You never support me." The kid's like, he's
yeah.
like full gear of John Cena. That's a full heel turn. Going with like, you guys never support me. You always make fun of me. And when he said, I always try to keep a smile. I always try to stay happy for you guys. No matter what you throw at me, I had enough. I was like, there we go. Now we got the point. Now we understand like that this is fucking yeah. I like it. 100% like the promo. Um, and from there on, I mean, I loved it. Loved the promo. Love what happened. The face to face with Cody as well. I like how it just was like fuck you, and he just left. Pretty much to John Cena is like, bring back the John Cena. Stop bitching about it. Just fucking do it. Um, so yeah, I look like I said, it started a bit rocky, like a bit. It was, I think everyone was a bit confused at the beginning, but a few minutes into it, when John Cena is starting to like kind of break it down properly, you kind of like everyone start booing properly, and everyone's like, okay, we get it now. How about you?
I thought it was one of the greatest heel promos, or no, greatest promos of all time. I didn't have that confusion at the beginning. To me, it was legit from the very start. The slow walk to the ring, not even talking about Stu, the cameraman, um, just pointing out individual people in the crowd. And speaking of the crowd, I think the crowd had a lot to do with how great that
Yeah,
was because they were just responding big time with the chants, with the boos, with the, let's go Cena, Cena sucks. And it's clear that the let's go Cenas are just doing it so that others could respond, Cena sucks.
exactly, 100%.
And just Cena's response, like, I've given you everything.
Yeah,
And it was basically never enough. He's pointing out people in the crowd. He's pointing out adults. He's pointing out that little kid. That little kid's become a meme now. Like he's
yeah.
famous
His
in his
face is
little
just,
John Cena had John Cena T-shirt with the WWE merch sticker still
he
on
looks
it.
so confused.
He said he was in a toxic relationship with that kid and everybody else. Imagine that kid goes home and Googles toxic relationship. Mate, he's scarred for life.
I know.
I thought it was one of the greatest promos ever. He is well and truly a heel for the first time, for the first real time in his career.
Yeah.
I know people talk about the Doctor of Thugonomics and that, but that wasn't proper heel.
Mm,
But this is a real John Cena heel turn. It
yeah.
was unexpected. It's still unexpected. So everything that comes along with it is unexpected. I love the way Cody came out. I love the way that they didn't come to blows. I love
Yeah.
what Cody said. Um, I love how Michael Cole called John Cena a prick. I think
Yeah.
that's mate. Michael Cole is the goat, like without a doubt. Like my favorite announcer of all time was obviously because of the era that I watched was Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. But
Mm.
in terms of storytelling and selling you the product and um, guiding you through all the angles, Michael Cole is the goat by a long
Yes.
shot.
He
Um,
he adds fuel to the fire, but in such a
yeah,
good way.
absolutely.
It's
And
such a
that
good
passion
way,
he's got,
man.
the passion's real. I heard him on the Logan Paul podcast, and like he loves his business. Like he fell into it, but
Mm.
he well and truly loves it, as you'd expect from someone who's been doing it for like 20 odd years, and he's just signed another 8 year contract. So I thought Cole had a role to play. The crowd had a role to play,
Yeah.
but well and truly, and obviously, Cody Rhodes had a role to play,
Yes.
but the star of the show was well and truly John Cena. And mate, I'm really looking forward to what he's going to give us as a heel. It will be a short heel run because the circumstances. He's not going to retire a heel, but I seriously don't see him not winning the title at Mania.
No, as a heel, has to win it. He has to win as a
Yeah,
heel. Like he
yeah,
just now that we, like I said, I think we talked about it like a while ago. We've been talking about it, like how Cena is gonna win it without affecting Cody Rhodes. That was a
mm.
big question. It'll be face to face, and someone's gonna get involved. Like it just you're
Oh, it'll
trying
be
to
a heel
find.
win. It'll
No,
definitely
but I'm
be a
saying
heel
well,
win.
before the heel
Oh
turn,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
how we're like trying to figure out a way or think how is it gonna
Mm,
happen without hurting Cody Rhodes, and
mm.
now without how's he gonna win it? He has to win it over WrestleMania. He has to win a WrestleMania. And after the heel turn, you're like, yes, here we go. How's he gonna win
Yeah.
it? He's gonna win as a heel. He has to win as a heel. He has to be, but I just hope it's not that obvious when he wins it.
It
You know
won't
what I
be.
mean? He
It,
has to
it
be
can't
like,
be obvious. Look at the end of Mania last year. That was not obvious. This can't be obvious, and they've got something bigger and better. It won't be
yeah,
obvious.
yeah, like you know he's gonna win it. Like the same with Cotto, it's like you kind of knew he's gonna win it, but it's how. The
Mm,
how is the important part, and the how's
mm,
Cena's gonna win is gonna be with a mass surprise. Something mass is gonna
mm.
happen, because they've been teasing a lot the Raw after WrestleMania. They've
They
been
always
talking
do
a
that.
lot.
They
Yeah, but
always
they've been,
do that.
yeah, I know, but they keep like I don't know. I just feel like this one especially. I don't know if it's just me that I'm paying more
Mm.
attention now. But I've been watching this shit for like
They're
fucking
also they've also
five,
just
six, seven
announced that
years.
Stone. They've also just announced that Stone Cold Steve Austin will be in Las Vegas that weekend because he's at WWE World. So
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just that Raw after WrestleMania. I know they always talk about it because it's important, but
mm,
they've been talking about way more than before. At least the way I've been looking at it, I just been feel like they've been putting a lot of emphasis on the WrestleMania after. O sea, the Raw
mm.
after WrestleMania, like more than before. Like you always gotta put emphasis, but this time it's been really pointing out like, hey, something's gonna happen. So it looks like it's gonna be WrestleMania, but that end of WrestleMania, something massive is gonna happen the
Of
Raw
course,
after.
because you got to continue the storylines.
Yeah,
Of
but
course.
like we've been Raws there, just the Raw after hasn't been as big. Like after Cody Rhodes won it, we didn't see fucking the big dog in there.
Yeah, but it was hard to follow that. The Raw that I was at after WrestleMania 39, that's when Brock Lesnar turned on Cody Rhodes. That was a big Raw. Even though that
That
was
was a big Raw,
criticized for
yeah.
being
That was a
not
big
that
Raw.
big, for me, it was huge.
Yeah, that was different. It started the storyline there for some time. Um, but yeah, like just I don't know. It's for me. It feels a bit different this one. But the heel turn is great. It's gonna keep giving, which is great, and it's we still things still gonna be happening anyways.
Yeah. Speaking of Raw, do you want to talk about what we saw this week on Raw? Do you want to talk about Vaquer? Or I know you're a massive fan of your fellow Chilean, so you might want to
But
talk a bit about her, and we can
we
jump
gotta
back to
talk
Raw.
about Stephanie Vaquer, man. Like it's just like
Go for it, mate.
what just happened last week. It's just massive. No, not only for female wrestlers. We're talking about for the South American wrestling. You know, for us South Americans, this is just
Absolutely.
massive, huge. He's the first South American woman to win a title, and not just that, he just became double champion in an era where double champions is rare. We're not talking about you can't be double champion every single time. Um, and just what I love. is the people's response to Vaquer is massive. They love her.
Yeah.
They're just absolutely big fans of Stephanie. When the music hits, everyone's like, wow, they go crazy. And that's what Julia wasn't getting as well. You
Mm.
couldn't feel that massive explosion. Like, for example, in Royal Rumble, when Baquet came in, boom. Fuck, people went nuts when Baquet came in.
Yep.
When Julia came in, was like, was like,
Yeah.
okay. And she was the champion, was
Mm.
already the champion. So it's weird that the NXT champions get that massive pop. And Baquet did. So this is fucking great to see her win it. And this not only because she already was a double champion when she left CMLL. You know,
Yep.
she was strong women champion. She was a similar women champion at the same time. She had like three titles at the same time. Like she's only 31, but she's been the Arena Azteca champion, the Arena Católica champion, AULL women champion, similar woman, World Women's champion, tag team champion, Occident woman champion, Grand Prix de Amazon champion, the IWC champion, New Japan Pro Wrestling strong women champion, ranked number 5 of the 250 females of 2024. Like you just keep adding, and now just got to NXT woman champion and North American champion at the same time. Like it's just a lot. And she also said in an interview with Baba Ray, she was like, she picked NXT to work on her English. That's
Mm.
amazing.
Yeah.
So she got the chance. That's crazy. She got the chance by WWE to go to the main roster straight away. That's how much they value her. You
Oh,
know,
of course.
that's crazy. The fact that they gave her the option, you want to go main roster, you want to go NXT.
Mm.
She's not put me in NXT. I need to work in my English, which has been getting way better.
Yeah. Heaps.
And now she's champion. She'll be champion. She'll probably be there for another year before she jumps into the main roster. But nah, but great man. That's just it's awesome for South American wrestling in general, like what she's done.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said, mate. She's a true champion, and look, the fact that 14-time women's world champion Charlotte Flair stole her move the other
That's a
day on
lot.
Raw, that speaks volumes, mate. You know, that speaks
100%.
volumes. Yeah, but like Charlotte doing it and Stephanie doing it, it's not the same for
Nah.
obvious reasons, which I'm not
Yeah.
going to talk about because we're not that type of podcast. But it's not the same.
It's not the same. The one thing it was disturbing though, I'm not gonna say it. Watching it's Booker T's comments. I'm like,
Oh, Booker, did you see him did you see him at the announce table?
oh my, I'm like, is it King Waller here? What are we talking about? This is it early 2000s? I'm watching different era. What's happening with you, Booker T, man? What's going on, man?
I'm sure Queen Shamil had a few words to him when he got home.
Oh my god, like you were getting a bit too excited about it. I was like, fair enough, it's a good move, but calm down. You're getting a bit too excited with that man, Booker T. But yeah, that was just he was gonna be like, that's strange.
Yeah,
Um
no,
but I
but
don't know.
massive things coming for Stephanie Vaquer, and like they need that South American wrestler to tap into that untapped market, which is huge. And like
Yeah.
if you think crowd responses are huge in Europe, just wait till you do a Raw or a WWE live event in
In
Latin
South America.
America.
Oh
You know, in
man, we
South
can't wait.
America specifically, because they've done them in Mexico, but wait till you do one in South America.
We
Like,
do one
mate,
in Chile, man. Every single wrestler, no matter
mm,
what company's been, they always
mm,
say Chile. Chile is the place you gotta go. Like that's
mm,
the crowd reaction is just massive, and Chilean wrestling. Well, we got back here now, but Chilean
yeah.
wrestling is pretty big. In Chile, wrestling is
There's
massive.
a strong independent wrestling scene in Chile. There really is.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge, huge,
Mm,
and they're getting bigger. They got big contacts with
mm.
WWE as well. Some of them, so it needs to happen. And all the wrestlers said if he had to pick one place in South America, they all say Chile. So hopefully WWE give us that one in Chile, because that will also bring every single one of the other countries will come around
Yeah.
and
100%.
figure out because that will be crazy and that will fill up. Look, the Movistar Arena in Chile fits about 50,000 people, man. That will
It'll
be
sell
sold
out.
out. Sold
It'll
out.
sell out.
And
Without
that's what you
doubt.
got to do
It'll
it.
sell out.
WWE, listen. Movistar Arena, Chile. That's the place to go, man. Fits people, fits 50,000 people, I think, or more than that. Man, you feel that shit for 2 nights. Easy.
Easy.
Easy. You can do SmackDown, you can do main event, and you can do Raw the following time, and the fuck, it will sell out no
Mm.
matter what, no questions asked. Merchandise will go like you go empty because you have everyone coming. So do it, please, please.
And speaking of international crowds, Raw and SmackDown, the WWE is right smack bang in the middle of a European Road to WrestleMania
Yep.
tour. The crowds have been phenomenal.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And like I think obviously there's a number of reasons for that, but I think two of the big reasons are firstly they don't know that city doesn't know when WWE is if and when WWE is coming back,
Yeah.
so they take a full advantage of the opportunity. And when you're bringing in that football culture and the chanting culture to a WWE event, that just lifts it like to a whole different
Oh my
level,
god.
which they don't understand for the most part in the US.
No.
Like they think their crowds are going off. They think their crowds are crazy. No, doesn't even compare. Doesn't even get close. I mean, they hold. I'm a fan of NFL as you are, Rod,
Yeah.
but they hold the Super Bowl up to be one of the greatest sporting events in the world. Crowd wise, it's just not. Quite simply, it's not.
Go and watch
Like
Boca River in La Bombonera.
go, go watch go watch one of the oldest derbies in the
Right.
world, Peñarol Nacional in Uruguay. Like
Oof.
you know,
It goes off.
it
La U
goes
Colo
off.
Colo en Monumental Estadio Nacional. Man, they go off. Like it's
Go
just
watch
people.
any World Cup qualifier in Latin America.
Oh yeah.
You
It's
know,
a war
so
zone.
these international crowds are just fantastic,
Yeah.
and the wrestlers really respond to it, and they lift their game as well. They really do. Like you can't help but
Mm.
not lift your game, and like the people of Brussels, like chant, and the people in Barcelona as well.
Yeah.
I love when they do the 1, 2, 3 in their own languages. That's I love that. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
and
talking about languages, I forgot about saying quickly about Baque. Man, I went nuts when people in NXT start chanting La
mm,
Primera in Spanish. I was like, oh my God, like for them to say in Spanish,
mm,
tu Baque, chanting that, I was like, wow, that must be so fuck. That was huge. Anyways, on saying that, also do you see AJ Styles when he's saying
yeah. Oh,
Fenomena, la 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 la.
I love
AJ
that chant.
Styles,
I love that
AJ
chant.
Styles smiles like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
God, I want to be there.
yeah. And and stuff that's been going on Raw and SmackDown, obviously, well and truly on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about a bit about LA Knight regaining his US title from Shinsuke Nakamura. To
Mhm.
me, Shinsuke Nakamura's run was wasted and made absolutely zero sense
Yeah.
whatsoever. Another short run, real lack of storylines that looked like they were heading somewhere and then just fizzling out. He's got his entrance that he's got at the moment is fantastic.
The promise is
They've kind of
fantastic.
he's fizzled out. Like I think they wasted him. It's bad booking, bad writing. I don't know if he had to go. There was a rumor that he had to go back to Japan for family issues, but then he shows up, in Europe, wrestling in Europe. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what your thoughts. I mean, I'm glad LA Knight is the champion again, and I'm guessing he's going to be the champion all the way to Mania. I
He
don't
has
see
to.
another Shinsuke versus LA Knight
No. No,
match
I don't see it either.
at Mania.
No.
It'll be LA Knight versus someone else, which will no doubt will come to know soon. But what are your thoughts on that whole Shinsuke run and the fact that LA Knight's regained his title?
Look, we've seen a lot of title changes on the road to WrestleMania, which is really strange, to be honest. To be these many title changes before WrestleMania, it's weird. But we got promised a lot of twists and turns before WrestleMania, so we're definitely getting
Mm,
that. Um, with Nakamura, yeah, it was weird. Like we got him, like the building up to LA Knight was really short as well, and then he wins the title as soon as he comes back. Um, so and after that, I think he has one more. He defended one more time, and after that, he just disappeared, come back, and loses the title straight away. So yeah, it was a short run. The reasons behind it, I don't know what it could be, because for a champion to have that bad booking must be big. Like especially now, during Vince, I get it, like
yeah.
shit writing, shit booking.
Mm,
During this time, must be a substantial reason why this happened,
yeah.
the way it happened, and why he got taken the title away. Like it must be something happening with Nakamura. To be honest, because it's the same with Julia. Julia lost the title for specific reasons.
Yeah.
Um, they got told. We work at it like we knew find out later on what it was and why she had to relinquish the title. Not relinquish. Sorry, my bad. Lose the title against Vaquer so fast with something that were literally building up to be something later on in
Yeah.
probably 3 4 months time, not so soon. We all got surprised why it was so soon. Um, but it's because of specific reasons, and it's funny because both of them are from Japan.
Yeah.
So there is something probably happening with Japanese wrestlers at the moment in WWE. Massive is having second because also you go well. Asuka is a completely different story, I guess, because what she's been going through. But it's also another Japanese wrestler having issues in WWE. So I don't know what's going on with the Japanese wrestlers. All of
I
them.
don't think it's that because look at Io Sky. They just given her the women's strap, and she's
Yeah,
well
that's
and
true.
truly
That's true.
in that she's well and truly a main player now in that women's division again.
Yeah. So I
And
don't know.
I
Look,
mean,
I don't. I don't.
we might as well jump to that. Like
Io
that
Sky.
the contract signing between ES Guy and Bianca Belair, and then Rhea Ripley walking out and adding her name to the contract. I love that. That was fantastic. I think this Rhea Ripley character, the evolution of this character now, where she's like reflecting on herself and reflecting on the mistakes that she made and how she dropped the ball with the title.
Is that a heel
And
turn? Is that a
hmm?
heel move?
Nah, there's not gonna. Nah, she's not gonna. Nah, she's way too popular. Even if you turn her heel, people would still cheer her, and that would not work.
I don't
Um,
know because you got three faces going against each other. Unless Bianca is heel, which at the moment
well,
is weird. Like you need to have like fair enough. It's we kind of passed the time of heels and face and all stuff, but you
yeah,
still need it. Like the fact that, for
I
example,
think
we're
you
talking
can still
about
do a
Corey.
you can still do a three-way dance with those three, and without the need for like definitive like heel face type characters.
Yeah, yeah,
I Jade's got to get involved somehow.
yes.
Um, I mean, I think it's time for a Bianca Belair heel turn. I really do.
I've been waiting for it. Goddamn,
Mm.
she needs to be
Oh,
heel. Like,
a long time. I've been waiting a long time for it. Not as long as we waited for a John Cena heel turn, but that's we've spoken about that.
oh, you can't be waiting that
So
long.
that's the match I can clearly see in WrestleMania that three-way dance, and it's going to be obviously a great match. They're all great in-ring performers, all really good on the mic. Even Io's
Yeah,
the stuff she says on the mic, and then when she just starts talking Japanese, like when she's really pissed off,
yeah.
like it's fantastic. All right, obviously this podcast, a massive fan of ES guy. We talk her up all the time, and I there was obviously another title changing hands, which was the World
Bef-
Tag Team.
Before we go to that, like they
Yeah.
also think what I like about you is I was two things we have like I forgot to mention before. One, going back to the live events, I love how Netflix is doing it on the time of the place there is at live,
Yes. Yes.
which is a big thing. So
Mm.
for us, it's been like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and in the USA's, it's been shown at the normal time,
Mm.
like later on. But for the rest of
Yeah.
the world, it's at the time that it's going on live at the time,
And you have
which
to because
you have
with
to.
social media, there'll be spoilers everywhere.
100%. And
Mm.
I'd really like that. With Io Sky, the one thing I liked a lot is the fact that the way they put in her is awesome. Like the other two think that she's
Yeah.
belittling her because she's shorter than both of them,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
but they're pushing her away. Like like you no matter here. And I love how she actually
Yes.
standing up for herself. Like I'm the fucking champion. Fuck you,
Yeah.
and start slapping
Yeah.
everyone. And he's done it twice already. So I love that. The fact they're showing. You
Hmm.
know what? No matter I'm small, I'm the champion. You two
Yeah.
are chasing me.
Yeah.
I'm not
Exactly.
chasing you. So you can
Yeah.
fight whatever you want, but I'm the champion. Respect me.
Paintbrushes all around. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, I love how she's like, you gotta respect me, respect the champion. I'm the champion. I love that. So yeah, like it's gonna be a great main card for the main event. This trip,
Mm.
how they're gonna get to it? Because fun, we don't know. There hasn't been any officially yet.
No.
That was in So there's something gonna happen
Yeah. There's
on the
still
way.
about 3 4 weeks to go before Mania. So
Oh fuck, three
mm.
weeks, man. Goddamn,
Mm.
just around the
Probably
corner.
3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, we right there,
Mm.
man. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a long weekend
And
here, so good.
uh, is it okay?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
it's listed in the Easter Monday.
And we have, as I said before, new World Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. I'm a bit, I don't know about this one. They're treating that men's tag division like they've been treating the women's tag division. Short runs, same people winning titles. I don't know where it's going. I mean, I like the Street Profits with their heel turn. I think
Yeah.
that was long overdue. But I just don't know. Like DIY, fantastic, good tag team, good wrestlers, good on the mic. Did they need to drop it? I don't know. It just
Mm,
doesn't. I'm having trouble following this storyline. Then you got Pretty Deadly on the out on the fringes as well.
but they're all
It's just
involved. That's the thing because you got the Garzas involved in this. You
yeah,
got the Pretty Deadly. You got more machine guns. You got
yeah.
Street Profits. The Viking Raiders haven't get involved
But
yet.
they've got their own. They've got the Raw
They got
title.
they got they got the Raw title, but
Yeah,
they haven't put much into that. So
yeah.
it's been going around because between them, there's still a storyline between all of them, which
All
is
of them.
great. You know, that's how
So
you.
what? So what? So WrestleMania, we're gonna get like a. I reckon we're gonna get Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly versus DIY
I would love to
versus
see a
Motor City
lot of
Machine
match,
Guns.
a lot
Hmm?
of match, a lot of
Oh, that'd
match,
be fantastic.
a lot of match
Well,
for the
then you have to put
titles.
Los Garzas in.
They will bring it in. They definitely will
Mm,
bring him in. I think they will put all of them in.
mm,
That's what you got to do. Like
yeah,
I think for this WrestleMania, it would be great to have this kind of ladder match for the tag team titles.
yeah. I
Because it
would
will be
love.
mayhem.
Yeah, I would love
So,
to see the Motor City Machine Guns have a long run with the tag straps. I really would.
I think that whoever wins the Armenia will have the long run.
Well, I
I
hope so
think that's
because
because it
these
keeps
short
swapping.
runs don't they take away from the title. They take away from the prestige of the title. I think anyway, and that's what happened with the women's
Yeah,
tag team division.
definitely, definitely it's happening. But yeah, I think after Mania we'll have, I think we will have long runs in a lot of titles after Mania. Because we gotta start building a new story stuff like that. But the good thing is a lot of stories are happening outside Mania as well, so outside the main titles, which is
Oh
a
yeah,
it's a good way to bring everything. So for
yeah,
example, we got Killian Cross with AJ Styles, Killian Cross with Sami Zayn, Killian Cross has a storyline with everyone at the moment.
Karrion Cross is obviously destined to be the newest member of Judgment Day.
It looks like it. He's been talking to Dom Dom.
Hmm.
It will be great.
Mm.
But would that mean Finn Balor is out?
Yes, I think Finn Balor's going to do a face turn
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
because look
he's
what
been.
happened. Look, they cost him. They cost him the Intercontinental title against Bron Breakker this week.
Yeah.
Dom caused inadvertently for Finn to fall, like when he was on the top rope, you know, and cost him the title. So yeah, I think Finn's gonna turn face, and I think Karrion's gonna end up being the leader of Judgment Day. That's a proper faction. He's got that. But then there's something happening. He's got that type of personality to lead a faction like Judgment Day. But then there's also something happening with AJ Styles, and I don't see AJ Styles joining Judgment Day.
No, I don't
So
think
I
I
don't know
just
what's
I
happening
would
there.
join there. I don't think he would join. I think he's just planting the seeds with a lot of people. Like I said to you, I
Yeah,
remember he still has a story with Roman Reigns. He has
yeah.
a leaflet. So I said it before with Kieran Cross. They're doing a long storyline. Like they're building up slowly. Slowly, we
He
started to see
is,
different
yeah,
things.
he is, mate. We've been championing his cause for a long time on this podcast.
Yeah.
He is very, very underrated.
No, but I think that they are doing a long storyline with him, which
Yeah,
it will make sense later. I think it's like what Bray Wyatt was doing before, which was a lot of stuff. Yeah, at the end you realize what all this meaning, and I think Kieran Cross is the same. They're building a long storyline because he hasn't had matches, but he's been present in every single
yep.
weekly show,
Backstage talking to
talking
people.
to people.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
he always has his
hairstyle.
hair. He has
Yeah,
his hair the same way as the person he's talking to.
I
It's
love
classic.
that. Like such a little detail, but it's Sami Zayn, AJ Styles.
Mm,
He's done it with different people. So
yeah,
he's like I said it before. He's doing a long storyline turn because
slow cook like we like it.
he's doing stuff on Instagram, on Twitter when he's talking about Kevin Owens. He talked about Kevin Owens. He talked about everyone. So
Mm,
we're gonna see him at some point being a major character on the big storylines of the main event, like with Cody
yeah,
Rhodes, the
agreed.
Roman Reigns, and
Mm.
I think they're preparing him to be the champion. He will have
Oh,
that
he's gonna.
title.
I don't know if he's gonna be the world champion, but he's definitely gonna be
No, I think
intercontinental or US champion.
no. I think they're building up to be the
Mm,
world champion. He will take the title from someone because, like I said, he has a story. He's been sitting everywhere. So I think he will have at some point the title, the big one. I don't think they're building up for the little ones. He's gonna be the major one, man. He's gonna want one of the big ones, and he's gonna have a proper run for a bit.
No, mate,
Um,
I would love that. I would really love that. I
as a
think he'd be a
heel.
great champion.
Oh, definitely,
Uh,
and he deserves it, big time.
Speaking of great champions, another match that is clearly being set up for WrestleMania is the three-way dance between CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and
Oh,
Seth freaking Rollins, which
mate,
is just going to be monumental. Seth
mate.
Rollins CM Punk cage match was intense. One of the and this says a lot. One of the greatest cage matches to ever take place at Madison Square Garden, which is the
Oh
mecca of
yeah,
professional wrestling. It was old school cage match. It was like, okay, you get out, you got a chance, walk out. No, I'm staying. I want to beat the hell out of you, and vice versa. It was it was a strong style match. There was like some major spots,
yeah,
major bumps, people kicking out of like head stomps, people kicking out of finishing moves, people kicking out of go to sleeps, people kicking out of moves that have won titles in the past,
yeah.
and then the run in without any music, without anything, without any rumors on the internet.
But
Ram,
you could hear the crowd. The crowd went
yeah, crowd,
wow, like
yeah, but
which
the cameras
which
didn't show him.
in my head I was like, this has to be Roman Reigns. People's going nuts. He has to be
And
Roman Reigns.
Roman running out, dragging Seth Rollins out of the cage, making him win the match inadvertently, and then just going after him and stomping on his head, and then turning and just Roman's face, like Roman's face says a million things without opening his mouth.
Yeah.
And he looked and he saw the wise man, his wise man, Paul Heyman, hugging CM Punk, and
And
he was
saying
like,
I'm
"Nah,
sorry. And then
yeah,
saying I'm
yeah,
sorry, which is
yeah."
massive.
And then Roman Reigns was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm breaking the only rule the wise man ever gave me, and that was not to touch CM Punk." And boy, did he touch him!
Oh
Like
my god, smashed him.
yeah, he smashed him, and it was just what a match, what a finish, and what a way to set up that inevitable three-way dance at WrestleMania, which I think will be main event of night one. I don't see Gunter and Jay being a main event match. I think that storyline's dropping off a bit. I don't know why, but I think it's dropping off a bit.
Mm,
I think it's they've slow cooked it too much.
yeah, I
But then
think
the
the
back of my
same.
mind, but then the back of my mind is saying something to me that when The Rock did this, I think one of these might be Jay.
I'm telling you, he's not gonna win
And
the
whether
title.
that's two allies or two victims left, I don't know.
I'm telling you, and I said it before. I think Jay's not gonna win that title. I think Gunther's gonna retain that title against all odds of us thinking Jay finally is gonna win it. He's not gonna win it. Something's gonna happen, but he's not gonna win that title. I think that's the reason behind it. He will go to start probably the match one of the nights, and he will not win that title due to something because
And who
he's
do you
also
think's
playing
going to
stupid.
be?
He's playing stupid as well.
Who do you think's going to be his secret tag team partner in Scotland this week?
Secret, I don't know. Jimmy? No, I don't think Jimmy will be.
I won't tell you who I think it is. I'm just going to tell you that I believe I know who
I
I
think
think
a
it
lot of
is.
people are saying the same. It could be John Hendricks. It could be, but I don't know. I don't know who could, like to be honest, I haven't given much
It's his
thought. Could
home.
be
It's his home country, mate.
that is true. It could be him. He even I
Mm,
think he even posted up. He put
mm,
like if you need a top partner, I'll be there,
mm.
which will be crazy. But I think also he's Jay's been going to weird storylines, like for example with what's it
Austin
called?
Theory.
Yeah, Austin
Yeah,
Theory.
but you
Not
know
only
why that
that,
match? You know why that match was so short? Because the
yeah.
Cena promo went over time, so
No,
they
no,
had
no.
to
I
really.
don't care about the shortness of
Yeah.
that. No, no, I'm not
Mm,
talking about that. I'm talking about how Jay is kind of getting involved in other stuff that is not his battle. You
mm.
know, which
Because the
I
storyline is the storyline is that Jay's pissed off that everybody's still doubting him. He wins the Royal Rumble, and they still think he can't beat Gunter. He says nothing I do is like you keep doubting me. You keep nothing I do is good enough. Essentially, so
yeah,
that's why they keep putting him in all these different matches. But
yeah.
he
He
has to
keeps going, but
continually prove himself. It's a bit like Sami Zayn.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The fact he keeps having to prove himself is taking away from him concentrating on what is important.
But that's
And
but that's like I think. that's why he's going to win the title because he's saying, I'm continually proving myself. And then I've got these obstacles along the way. I'm overcoming them, but you're still not believing in me. And it's going to get to the big dance and he's going to win that title. I think he's going to win it.
But
How he's going to win it, I don't know, but he's going to
yeah,
win it.
I don't know. Like, to be
He's
honest,
making too much money to turn heel. The merch is
no, he
going
doesn't
off
need to
the
turn
rack.
heel. He doesn't need to turn heel. But like Cody Rhodes was meant to win it at 40,
Mm.
and he didn't win it. And he has many chances against Gunta, and in the big dance he will fail. Man, it could happen. Like I said, it just feels to me that he's not gonna win it anymore. That's how it feels to me. But
Well,
I could be wrong.
we're running it. We only got a couple of minutes left.
Yeah,
So now just quickly want to touch on that Mox and Cope battle
brutality,
of brutality. That was,
brutality.
I haven't seen it all. I've seen the highlights. I've seen the Mox being suplexed onto that wooden piece of wood with the nails protruding out of it and getting it stuck
Smashed.
into his back. If any of these idiots that keep reminding you or saying to you that wrestling is fake every time you're trying to bring up a conversation about professional wrestling, show them that video. Show them the nails stuck into Mox's back. Show the
So
blood dripping
many.
down his back, and then ask them what they mean by fake.
You know,
Or you can just tell
they
them to shut the
actually
fuck up and show them the video.
Will Yuta got in,
Mm.
and then the rest of the forgot the name of the faction. They have to come in because they couldn't get
Death Riders, isn't it? Isn't it Death
Death
Riders?
Riders. There we go, the Red Riders. They couldn't get the back out of his back.
Yeah.
You can see they
It
put
was
the
stuck. He
camera.
suplexed him on it.
Yuta is pulling, and you can see the whole
Yeah.
skin pulling.
Yeah.
So that's when the ref got involved, and then the rest of the Raiders came in to big cope, and that's why
Yeah.
FTR took so long to get in because they were just gonna make sure to take that thing off
He's all
before they
right.
could get in.
Yeah.
But then it just was mayhem, and just he retained the title. But like we always said, the only problem with AEW is why you keep doing this when you could
That's a
be
PLE
main
spot.
spot. It's a playlist
That's a
spot.
PLE spot. It's a pay per view spot on a weekly
Exactly.
show.
But it is what it is. They're doing it, keep doing it. I think we're gonna run out of time before I say goodbye. So this is pretty much getting to the end, man. You wanna say anything before we go?
Nah, man, just well and truly on this road to WrestleMania. Looking forward to it. And we'll chat again soon, hey?
Yeah, we got 3 weeks to go. So people follow us everywhere. You know where to find us. And this is Master Voice of Violence. My name is Rod. This was Lucha HSP. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.